But let me add this one last tidbit for Mr. Ebro. As he tried to, he said, because he said something I agree with. And matter of fact, let me play the clip actually. By the way, salute to my, my beautiful sister Nadeska. If you don't know, she's over at Apple Music. Ooh, where is it when they talk about it? Is it right here? I think it's right
I just have always wondered if it's really about that, like him wanting to show us the entire creative process, or that he just at him and not taking him seriously. I think the front Kodak has always put up.
We get to the pundits and their commentary on Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez' social media. The reason why is because I am really perplexed at why people are picking sides. If we go,
I would like to hear how people think that I'm picking sides or anybody's picking sides. It's called picking sides if you report anything that's positive about Tory. But listen to Ebro, who says he's not picking sides. Pretty much everything he's going to talk about is basically bang, bang, bang. Watch.
Go back to when this first happened. We heard Megan Thee Stallion was injured. We heard a gun was found. We heard a gun went off. We heard a gun charge happened to Tory Lanez. That's what we knew. We heard that bullet fragments were in Megan Thee Stallion's foot, but we were like, yo, did Tory shoot Megan? Like, remember the whole thing? Like, there was some time people didn't know. Some time went on. Megan Thee Stallion seemed to get frustrated with, I guess, Tory's team and people trying to like come for her or whatever. She went on social media and was like, basically, Tory Lanez shot me. There was all this speculation of her dating Tory, Tory dating her friend. Her and her friend don't follow each other on Instagram. They fell out, blah, blah, blah. Tory puts out an album. Many people thought that was a tacky move.
Even by saying that, listen to the sequence of events that he's breaking down. He says, Meg got tired of how people were portraying the story. She came out and said, Tory shot me. So Meg comes out and makes an accusation. But then he's saying it's tacky for Tory to respond, whether it was music or not.
You put out an album talking about your feelings for Megan Thee Stallion and, what went on that night, but you're not really being specific, et cetera, et cetera. There's been kind of people, including myself, I was very public, like, yo, I told Tory via text, I was like, bro, I don't like how you're moving. I can't with you, right? Like, this isn't, you're moving.
Hold on. If that's not picking a side, tell me what is. If you text an artist and say, I don't like how you're moving, I can't fuck with you, you've picked a side. You've picked a side. Not picking a side would be, I'm going to reserve judgment and I have nothing to say. If two niggas are saying opposite things and you're like, yo, bro, I don't like how you move right now, I can't fuck with you, you've picked a side.
Funny, like, why would someone get injured? A woman was injured in and around you and you put out an album? Like, I don't see that as like album like material, like you would try to like exploit that scenario. Right.
This is one thing about Ebro too. Ebro is the same guy, which is surprising that Ebro is about like 10 years older than me, or maybe 10 to 15. I don't even know how much. But it's surprising that he's such an elder statesman. He's a very smart individual, I would say. But still, he's the same guy who interviewed Kodak Black and basically wanted Kodak Black to basically talk about an open case and admit to rape. You get what I mean? You're saying he's talking about Tory's response to now being charged. Tory's charged. Tory's charged with the shooting. What the fuck do you want him to do? Listen, imagine if somebody charges you with the shooting of somebody else and you make an album and saying, man, I'm sorry that person got hurt. Nigga, you sound guilty. Nigga, if I got charged with somebody dying and I ain't kill him, Nigga, fuck talking about, oh yeah, I'm sorry for the fam. No, nigga, I ain't do it. I didn't do it. That's the only thing you'll hear. I ain't do it. It's like he wanted Tory to come out and be like, oh man, yo, I'm so sorry that Meg got injured. Nigga, he got charged for Meg being injured. Only thing you need to say is, they're framing me. They me. You like, how stupid would Tory be to be like, yo, you know what, man? Man, fuck the fact that I'm charged. Like, let's focus on the fact that a black woman got injured. What? Nigga, you're going to jail. Jail. Warden. Like, the only part I'll agree with them with is Tory could have just tweeted out. He could have just tweeted out, nigga, I ain't do it. He chose to make an album and try to, like, explain certain shit and then get at certain people who were, like, isolating them. But ain't this music? Didn't y'all say everybody should be free to put their thoughts and feelings into music? It's just not cool no more when Tory does it because we just want to hear that nigga say he's guilty. So let's think about who's picking sides. You text the nigga saying, nigga, yo, don't even hit my phone no more. I don't fuck with you like that. Nigga, you basically said, I picked my side already.
Right? Like, and so then we start hearing all of the stuff about it. I know that a woman was injured and a gun was found. I know that reports came out that she had gun fragments in her foot. She said that. She had bullet fragments in her foot. She said that she didn't want to implicate Tory Lanez, but she felt like she had to because people was coming for her.
Hold on. By the way, when you're talking about not, and this is, play this. You hear he's saying certain facts, but this is what I'm talking about when people say they're not picking sides. If you're going to talk the facts, talk all the facts. Yes, Meg came out and, okay, we heard bullet fragments at one point. Meg came out that she said she wasn't going to say it was Tory. Then she came out and said, it's Tory. But what's the other facts that you also have to put into the air when you're discussing all the sequence of events? Meg then came out and said, my back was turned. I'm sorry, that's going to cast doubt. I'm sorry. We're like, anybody who hears that and has maybe 1% doubt or says, I don't know what's going on, maybe he ain't do it. Bro, that's actually a fact. They don't talk about this. Nobody, you know why? All these dudes is virtue signaling. Oh, we got to protect Meg. We can't even like use our brains and say, yo, just part of the story ain't sound too right. My back was turned, but I know it's him.
Fast forward to now, the case.
Look, see? Fast forward. See? Look, all right, you want me to tell you the facts that he's now admitted? Acting like, yo, it's basically no doubt that Tory did it, right? That's what he's basically saying. Meg basically pointed him out as the shooter, blah, blah. Okay, let's mention a few other things. Meg also said her back was turned when she got shot. However, she saw who shot her. Okay. There was a story that came out about the bullet fragments are missing. Okay. There was a story that came out about the muzzle flash being closer to the best friend. This is from the one eyewitness. Okay. Does these things not matter? Do they not factor into the story? Again, it's not picking sides. It's just analyzing everything. Unfortunately these days, this whole protect black women thing has turned into, if she said it, fuck the facts. That's what it is. She said it, fuck the facts. If she said he did it, fuck the rest of the facts. And all I'm saying is her making that accusation, not gonna lie, I was like, damn, that's pretty direct. I want to believe her. But then I hear something else, I'm like, sound tough. Then I hear something else, I'm like, So if anything, I feel like I'm more impartial than these dudes. These dudes already made their mind up. You already texted one of the niggas like, yo, bro, I can't fuck with you. And you're not even analyzing or thinking about anything to the contrary of what Meg said.
This is actually taking place. There's no public allowed in the case. Like, you're not televising the whole. And you have
Okay, for Ebro and everybody that keeps asking, my name is Akademiks and I'm the greatest journalist that's ever lived in hip hop. Ever. The same way how y'all blindly believe TMZ, y'all gonna sit here and do the same with me. Okay? Reputation, that's why I went at Meg. Don't play with my reputation. My reputation is untarnished. I don't make up lies. I'm not Trasha K. When I tell you I seen the discovery, I seen it with my own two eyes. Y'all gonna either have to take me on face value, or now it's a situation between me and y'all. Y'all just saying I'm a liar. Y'all listen to TMZ all the time when you know what I mean? Now it's all about, oh, if it's not public record, it shouldn't be reported. Nigga, TMZ reports shit that is not public record for a whole business. When they say our sources at LAPD, it's not public record. That's a cop that got paid off and told what's going on. This is not like, I don't know when, everybody got mad journalistic these days. Like, as soon as it happened where I reported something that they don't like, they're mad journalistic. Wait, how, this was not seen in court. It's not opened up. Well, I'm giving you an exclusive that I am the only one privy to. They're mad at that. But let TMZ put out right now, hey, I don't know. It could be whatever case. Oh, sources say there's a gun that was found. Blah, blah, blah. In whatever case. They'll go with that shit like it's gospel.
Academics basically report.
By the way, who is this nigga? Whoever works at Apple Music, man, get your shit together. This is not me. Does this nigga look like me?
Reporting on what's going on with the case and getting it wrong and basically
getting it wrong. Hear this next part he's gonna say.
To come for Megan Thee Stallion. And I don't know why you would come for Megan Thee Stallion at this point. I guess.
You see, they try to lump it in like I reported something to get at Meg. What I reported was about Tory Lanez case. Meg is not charged. Meg is not legally obligated to be a part of this case. This is Tory Lanez case. Meg is nothing but a witness. Granted, she's a victim, but she's not the person charged. My statement or whatever I reported, whether you want to say the rewording, whatever you want to call it, what I reported was about Tory Lanez. Meg jumped out the window because she's been riding on a narrative. I didn't mention Meg. I didn't say Meg's lying. Meg felt offended by what I said was a piece of evidence in Tory's case. So she said, this guy is on payroll. This guy is lying. This guy's making shit up. And then she besmirched my name by saying that I'm not Big Ack. Sorry. She crossed the line. Nobody wants to talk about the sequence of events in the right order. If Meg had not tweeted that, or not tweeted directly at me, I wouldn't have violated Meg. But when she started to come for my integrity and credibility, I would do it to anybody. I would do it to any rapper. The same vitriol, the same type of defense I will always have.
This is what I don't understand.
I don't get it. I don't understand it. He's not a prosecutor. He's not an attorney. He's not a judge, and he's not a part of the jury. I don't know what information people have, but from my
Who's this guy?
knowledge, this information is not public.
This happens all the time. This happens all the time. By the way, I remember, I was the first one. You see, and it gets back to even journalism too, right? These motherfuckers, they respect TMZ. And they respect outlets like that. Somebody who they already don't like, which is me, They're saying all these dumb nigga. It was an exclusive, nigga. I seen the document that you're not gonna see. Yeah, maybe y'all just either won't put in the work to go see it, which you could go see it. Well, not really. You'd have to know somebody. But the point is, when did reporting mean it has to be public? I broke that 6ix9ine got locked up for a RICO charge 12 hours before anybody else reported it. It was true. Who gives a fuck how I got the info? It was true. It was true. What you think? Like, this is why we all ain't the same. I'm going to get the shit. I'm going to get the info. I don't play fair when it comes to this journalism shit. Nigga, if I could have, people talking about this Freddie Gibbs getting his ass beat in Prime 112. Nigga, I got a couple of bucks. If I could have paid for the footage, I would have debuted it on stream. It's Big Act. That's what I do. Y'all lazy. Oh, it's not public. Duh. That's what separates Big Act from y'all. Oh, well, y'all lazy. I'm going to get the shit. Nigga, if I could go steal the lab results, I'll steal it. Fuck it. I'm going to get the shit. It's Big Act. I gotta go get the shit for the people. What they really just want to say is that we don't appreciate. Yo, by the way, you know what's so funny? If I came out, right? Let's call a spade a spade. If I came out and I had said, right? Yo, according to what came out in court and what and discovery that I've seen, Tory's DNA was indeed found on the gun. They wouldn't even bat an eye. They wouldn't even ask no questions. Guilty! Bro, they're not mad at really how I got the info. They're acting like it's unethical type, like all these, and all these other things. Huh? Nigga, go to TMZ. They literally report all day long on shit that they have been privy to in Discovery. That's how they write half their articles. Somebody leaks them a document that ain't public. That's why they got the exclusives. Nigga, Radar Online. Today they announced 2 shows getting canceled. The Real and the Nick Cannon Show. You know what they said in both articles? The crew has not been notified yet. You know what that means? So if the motherfuckers who are getting fired don't even know they're getting fired and you're breaking the news, it wasn't public. You're making it public. You have a tip. You have a credible source. You have seen some shit. But now, because y'all have a narrative that we must protect the victimology of Megan Thee Stallion, none of those things can apply. I would rather, and here's a sucker part about it. These dudes can't just call me out. And what I mean by call me out, they want to say, Act, you're lying. The whole it's inconclusive shit is just not true. You're making it up, but they know I saw the shit. Like they know I saw it, so they can't really say it's not. Oh no, they actually still say it's not true, but they're gonna say it's inaccurate because instead of you putting inconclusive, you said not found. So they're playing semantic games with me now. They're playing like journalist semantic games. You said one word, it should have been that word, and that word don't really mean this word. It's journalist games. I'm like, huh? Just admit it. Y'all just want to hear the news y'all want to hear. Y'all want to hear Tory is guilty. Nigga, I might do this as a test. The next time Tory's in court, I'm going to just tweet out, breaking, Tory Lanez found guilty of shooting Meg. He will be sentenced to 20 years. I guarantee all these niggas retweet me. They won't even they won't even ask the question. Finally, we do it. They only want whatever that they are saying is facts to support what they already believe. But they're trying to say they're not picking a side. And by the way, I'm joking about that. You know what I mean? Shit.
There aren't public people in the courtroom.
By the way, that's also another lie. That's also another lie. You see, these dudes talk so uneducated. They talk so crazy uneducated, but they'll be getting at me talking about, I don't know what I'm talking about. You could attend Tory's trial. It's a criminal hearing. It's open to the public. Now, what that particular court rules, a criminal when a criminal case is going on, unless the judge specifically closes it off to the public, you can attend. Now, granted, this is in LA. They got all type of COVID protocols, this and third. They're doing a lot of stuff virtual. These days, if you want to go, you could go. You could actually, which by the way, I already put in for the next trial date or pre-trial date. Hopefully they don't postpone it. They're giving out virtual links. So you could attend the trial virtually. So you can go watch the trial. It didn't even start yet. So it's going to be a bunch of motions. Tory didn't even show up in court last time. So it's just lawyers. It's just lawyers. Yo, we want to motion this. We want to motion that. Hey, listen, they're basically updating the judge on what's going on. So all these dudes who's so critical of my information, they have zero knowledge compared to me about this entire case. Zero knowledge. Yet they're on these high horses talking about what's going on. Oh, you said that wrong. No, motherfucker, really, that's not what y'all care about. Y'all just care about the fact that there was a piece of information that came out that bothered Meg, because y'all all believe Meg, right? And y'all are trying to still act like y'all are neutral, but y'all not.
I don't know. It's just
and to push that point further, Ebro, you run all the playlists for Apple Music. You texted one nigga saying you don't fuck with the nigga after that. So, and he hasn't been playlisted on Apple since then. Nigga, you picked a side. Meg is on every playlist. You texted the other nigga, I don't fuck with you. And he hasn't been on a playlist since. Nigga, if that's not picking a side, what the fuck is?
a lot of things that I'm seeing on social media from people that I'm like.
And by the way, like this whole yo, Ebro, you picking a side is more powerful when you do it with your actions and deeds, not with your words. You picked you picked the side that was opposite of 6ix9ine the moment you wouldn't playlist his music either. When you refuse as a global head of hip hop, that's your title. That's what it was announced in the media. When you refuse to playlist a particular artist, particular artiste, you have picked a side. The reason why YoungBoy dissed Apple is because when Quando Rondo drops, not that he's a huge artist, but Quando Rondo, no cap, and few of the people in the 4K tray, little world, the NBA world, they don't get playlisted anymore from what I've heard. From what I've heard, granted, they weren't getting a lot before, but they don't get none now. That's what I've been told. However, Dirk and Dirk's derivatives still get playlisted. From what was being told, allegedly, to people close to YoungBoy, they're saying that some playlisting won't happen for YoungBoy's artists because they don't want to piss off the other side. Again, if you're not putting one side's music up, but you're putting the other side's music up, that's picking a side. That's literally the definition of picking a side. You don't have to say fuck the other person. But if you're in charge of what I'm telling you, these artists these days will do a backflip, jump out of a plane, will bungee jump just for a chance to be on a lot of these playlists. And Ebro controls. He's waving a magic wand, and he could stop people's careers from furthering if he says, I'm not fucking with you. Because when he's not fucking with you, the staff of people who create these hip-hop playlists also most likely ain't fucking with you neither. If the boss just said he not fucking with you, why would his workers fuck with you? That's why one of the positions that Ebro holds in hip-hop, I've always said I couldn't do Carl Cherry's job. You know why? You would never see Freddie Gibbs on a playlist ever in life. I can't. You got to be unbiased. To be someone who's in charge of playlisting, you can't take your personal gripes. You can't start using that position to start, waging war with, whatever personal vendettas you got. It's a position because I always say, Rap Caviar is not Carl Cherry's playlist. It's Spotify's playlist. Apple's A-list playlist isn't Ebro's playlist. It's Apple's music playlist. So when you are saying, oh, I don't fuck with that nigga, and you're not going to playlist his music, or you're like, nah, that nigga's a snitch, I'm not going to playlist his music, you're picking a side. You're waging war, but you're waging war with something way more powerful than me tweeting, than me talking, and I just proved this whole time, how am I picking a side when I'm trying to point out facts on both sides? Meg said he did it. These facts said they didn't. Anyway. Playlisting now.
How would you know?
Because so to be,
I don't know who this guy here is. He said, how would I know? I'm the greatest journalist you've ever seen. I went from recording videos in my car to $1 million mansions and a lot of shit, my nigga. I've turned dust and I've made it to gold, nigga. I've done the impossible. Okay, brother? So you should probably do the research. Let me give you the, he said, how would you know? How would I build all of this? I'm sorry. I've turned dust. I've turned shit into sugar. I've turned dust into gold. Yes, I'm not you guys who push buttons at these other media companies. I'm not y'all. Never been y'all. I've been way too talented, way too smart, way too innovative. I know the tricks. I do the dirty work. I get my hands dirty. That's why I know. That's why I know. This is why I'm the 101. Not you. Not Ebro. None of y'all. I'm the 101. So when you're saying, how do I know? How did I turn dust to gold? There's a couple of magic tricks that if y'all all could do the same tricks as me, y'all would be me. It's the reason why I remember when Motorsport dropped. Who leaked the Motorsport on different Nickiverse? Me. It wasn't you. It was me. It's me. It's me. Sorry. It's Big Ack, the best journalist that hip hop has ever seen. So not because these situations don't help your narrative. Let's not forget that the person who has brought it forward has also brought a lot of things in hip-hop forward that have came true. The track record speaks for itself. He says, how would you know? It's only one act, brother.
There aren't public people in the courtroom.
Again, false. This guy needs to brush up on his information. There's press allowed. There's people allowed. Okay? Whether it's virtually or otherwise, you got to take some maneuvering. You can't just walk into the court, duh. But just like how, even salute to Nancy Dillon, just like how when everybody goes off, remember, and I don't want to bash Nancy Dillon, but she was like, oh, there was no mention of DNA. Okay. She gets the court documents, the transcripts from the clerk. They type it up, salute to the stenographer, and it says, oh, they did mention DNA. How did Act know? Nobody likes to mention that part, huh?
I don't know. It's just a lot of things that I'm seeing on social media from people that I'm like, how would you know?
because
It's Big Act. Like, this is, like, nigga, I'm the greatest journalist you've ever seen. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest, nigga. Nigga, I built the media empire by talking over a bunch of gifts. It's Big Act. I did the work. Y'all will catch up later.
So to be clear, there was supposed to be a pre-trial hearing, right? And it got entirely postponed, but the lawyers were still in court talking to the judge. Is that what happened? Because there were two other reporters, I think, from Rolling Stone. Okay.
And Tory's lawyer said that they were going to do some DNA, something or other.
Yeah.
And that it looked.
Yo, I hate when people are just like shooting the shit, but they're not coming. This is one thing I took pride on when it came to Everyday Struggle. Because to be really properly prepared, and well, this is not a debate show, you need to like have your facts in order. So let's again speak about what happened in court. And I'll speak factually. I'll tell you what I know, which is a ACK exclusive. I have seen the discovery. I'm sorry to tell you, I've seen it. I've seen what and what I seen the lawyer made reference to. A couple weeks ago, the prosecutor, they ran all type of tests on the gun. They submitted completed DNA reports and results and other other tests with the gun, and they submitted it to the defense. It's in discovery. The defense looked at it, the lawyer looked at it and said, oh shit, this isn't a smoking gun in terms of, and no pun intended, it doesn't say Tory's DNA is found. It says it's inconclusive. They can't tell. What does that mean for the lawyer? The lawyer literally said it in court, and I believe Nancy Dillon put up the exact thing and said, listen, we're going to get, because remember, they're preparing for trial. We're going to hire a detective to go over what the prosecutor sent us. But all face value from what they sent us, it looks very, very promising, and we're pleased. You get what I mean? So basically, and this is like, let me talk now in layman's terms. The lawyer says in court, yo, it's kind of looking good in what they sent us with the gun. Like, it don't say my client really did it. You know, it's inconclusive. But we want to get our own expert. You know why? They want their own expert to go over the shit that if they go to trial, they're going to put their expert on the stand. You know what that expert's going to say? Or hopefully they're going to say, well, I did further analyzing the data, and based on this amount of probability, Tory's DNA isn't on the gun. Or we don't have a proper match. Regardless, whether, you see, they love playing the semantic thing. Whether it's ain't on the gun, we can't find it, there's no proof of it, there's no positive ID, there's a bunch of ways to say it. You know, they're gonna play semantic games. That detective that Tory's lawyer is gonna put on the stand is gonna fucking, hopefully in his situation, basically say it's not found on the gun. That's gonna be the expert. It's not found on the gun. Now, granted, the prosecution might put another expert to say, it's inconclusive. Like, the DNA samples weren't really like that good, so we just can't tell. So it's not really a win or a loss. But honestly, I can't even see them using that in court. Anyway, you know, I don't want to talk this lawyer speak.
Really good for them.
Okay.
I mean, it's Tory's lawyer, so if he's going to say anything, he's going to continue to position it as if they're happy about the outcome. But I still want to go back to, is the disdain for Megan Thee Stallion based in the fact that she has implicated and said that this person purposefully tried to harm me?
I mean,
What is Ebro talking about? The disdain. Yo, they try to make it seem like, yo, niggas hate Meg. Like, no. The only thing, which I think he's going to get to is we definitely believe that her accolades are fraudulent, 100%. And if y'all with me, spam one in the chat. We definitely believe that Megan Thee Stallion's accolades are fraudulent. We don't respect the awards she's won, or I don't. I think she's won them off sympathy. I think she's released projects that are mid. I just don't believe that she has been the best. Number one, I don't think she's lived up to her own potential, but when it came to go against other rappers who happen to be male, and she won awards for best album or best rapper, we felt like that wasn't fair. That's just all we're saying. Doesn't mean we hate her.
I guess I don't know. Maybe because Tory is giving pushback, maybe Tory is positioning himself as public enemy number one. None of us were in that car. There were 4 people in that car: Meg, Tory, the best friend, the driver, and the security guard. 5 people. We don't know what's happening, and
it was what you said before, sir. I believe the driver was supposedly allegedly the security guard. I don't know. So.
But we do know that one person.
We do know one person was.
We know
injured.
that one person was but was very specific. The person who got the gun charge has not been specific and has been trying to exploit the moment through their music,
which is a hard. I mean,
wait. This is where I can't understand. Like, you see, Ebro is doing what he did to Kodak. It's like when he brought that case up with Kodak, he wanted Kodak to be like, yo, Kodak, it's not good enough for you to just say you don't want to talk about it or you ain't do it. Tell us exactly what went down in that room. Wait, that's what you want the nigga who's on trial to tell you? Nigga, listen, at a point, and if you follow my commentary on the whole thing, at a point, I was with Ebro on what he's saying. But we just wanted Tory to say, I ain't do it. And then he said, I ain't do it. That's all we want him to say. We were like, all right, Tory, too much talking. Did you do it or not, nigga? And he finally said, I ain't do it. But other than that, what specific you want him to get? You want him to be like, all right, nigga, I was up in the pool trying to fuck Kylie, and then we went hit. No, nigga, he can't say much after that. Yo, we was in the car. Like, yo, what do you want him to say?
We've talked about this before on this show. I felt like that was a horrible decision. I felt like that was tasteless. I felt like that was vain of him. I felt like, that was just, and that was your friend or that was someone that you dealt with, and you still spun it to make it look like you're public enemy number one, she's lying, this, that, and the third. And it's like you've turned a lot of people on her in an event where she went through something traumatic.
Right. And that just continued to get worse. That was the root of it.
Yeah, you continue to pile on. You continue to do these things and say these things. And now you're putting people...
was even showing up to events. Was even showing up to events and jumping out on stage.
Listen, Ebro, it's not...
Nah, come on. See, this is unfair. This is what I'm saying. You already picked a side. If the guy said, I didn't do it, right? Bro, he's not like... You act like he's antagonizing her. He had a song with the baby. He came out and performed and left. Like, he's not like coming there trolling her. It's not like he's coming on stage like, yo, anybody see a hot girl twerking? Like, he's not doing that. It's like, nigga, he's a performer. Bro, he's just coming there to just perform real quick and dip. He's losing a shit ton of money. They're not even booking him for certain shit. So he's just trying to keep some type of relevance, presence. Okay, let me just pop up on stage with the baby. It's not like he's menacing backstage waiting for Meg to show up. No. So imagine this. They're not picking a side, but Tory should just stay the fuck away, stay at home, don't perform if Meg is going to be anywhere, and just fucking sit there like the nigga. You basically just be on house arrest.
Not fun being a black woman on the internet, an extremely famous black woman like Megan Thee Stallion on the internet. I mean, I think you guys just outlined everything. You summed it up really well. As soon as Tory basically started ducking and dodging and then pointing fingers and trying to spin it like she could be lying, way before this trial even happened, there are always going to be those fans that are going to, A, believe the male, and 2, just want to just continue spinning this story because they feel like Megan's trying to take Tory down and ruin his career. It's like those kind of narratives, you can't really shake it. So now we're at a point where, unfortunately, even before the trial is really kicking off, this is happening again. And I just For Megan, I understand it's hard for her to not step in and respond, but it seemed like when she does, it gets worse. Like the story gets bigger and bigger. You know what I mean? I would love if the trial could just get underway and we could find out really what happened based on facts and evidence, because it's been 2 years now of this sort of gossiping.
See, the desk is carrying this show. Yo, desk keep carrying this shit.
And hearsay and back and forth, and it's awful. And I can't imagine how she feels that it's been dragged out this long.
Now, I also want to add in for Joe Budden. I don't know why now is the time where Joe Budden wants to go in on this Megan Thee Stallion's not a superstar debate.
Yo, you can't win with Ebro. Because Meg allegedly got shot 2 years ago, you can't talk about her rap career no more. You got to coddle her like a baby. Joe Budden wasn't talking about her being shot. He was just talking about she's a superstar. I listened to that clip. Joe was making some good points. Shorty be flopping. She don't be doing superstar shit. Like, she's a superstar social media personality. But what we would consider a superstar in terms of sales and all the metrics that we usually associate with superstar, I don't think she's there yet. No knock. Takes a while. This nigga don't want no criticism of Meg Thee Stallion. And he said he not picking a side. Joe not even talking about if you believe her. He just talking about music.
Which was peculiarly timed for me. Now, he might have just got baited into it, but there's been this whole thing about Joe Budden going, Megan Thee Stallion's not a superstar.
Well, okay. Well, hold on. I don't want to put all that on him because we've been dragged into that debate, me, Kaz, and Rosie. So I'm not going to put that all on the timing of it. Maybe,
but that's what I'm saying. The timing of it, I'm saying points to individuals because she's a hot topic right now. Well, it starts to look like a pile on.
But
you see, this is why I said. By the way, this is why I'm the realest and the best media personality journalist that's ever lived in history. I'm sorry. I'm taking the title now. You know what I mean? I ain't giving it up to nobody else. I'm just taking it. I gotta take his big act. I'm taking it, bro. I gotta take it. You know why? These niggas too biased. They're too biased. If Ebro's gonna say that, Ebro, you have to talk about Rock Nation's plays that they're doing. Rock Nation is playing a PR game. And granted, it seems like you believe and you're siding with Meg. But if you're saying other people who are now just discussing Meg's music, but it might not be favorable to Meg, is piling on, what do you think Rock Nation is doing? Towers, what up, man? Oh, you like that? What happened to Virgil track? Yeah.
But I'm okay, and I get it, but we were having this conversation before the Tory Meg thing got reignited. You know, Punch from TDE was asking who are the post superstars after Kendrick, Drake, and J. Cole. And that conversation has been brewing over the last 2 weeks. And like I remember I got into the conversation with a couple of my friends and we mentioned female artists. We mentioned Cardi, Nicki, Doja, Megan, we mentioned all those artists. And so that conversation has been dragging for a minute. And we even had a conversation with me, Kaz, and Rosie on our podcast about what makes a superstar, who is a superstar, who's not.
Man, Meg ain't no goddamn superstar, man. Meg is an Instagram superstar. Music, she hasn't gotten there yet. And them fake awards, we ain't buying it. We not buying it, man. We not buying them fake ass awards, man. Anyway. I want to put an open challenge out there. Ebro, I like the fact that you say we should all be reserved in our judgment until the case is done. I agree. But I implore you and I wonder why that hasn't been the route that Apple Music has taken when it comes to playlisting both artists. They still playlist Meg Thee Stallion songs, but they do not playlist Tory Lanez. They don't give the same visibility. They're not front paging Tory Lanez. That would assume, or I could make a safe assumption if that's happening, a side is picked. Anyway. What else? What else, people? Oh,